Hey guys, today I'm filming my first update in my new series, the Chopping Block Will I Declutter. If you guys did not see my intro, I will have that linked up here, and I'll give you a quick spiel about what this video is all about. So at the very beginning of the year, I had done a declutter. I'll have that video linked up here. And as I was going through my collection, there were a lot of products I was on the fence about whether I wanted to keep them or not. Normally, if I was on the fence, I just end up keeping it. But I want to make a change with my collection and only have things that I'm absolutely in love with. So for this series, I've chosen a bunch of products, mostly lip products, that I'm going to be testing throughout the year. And once I test them out, I'm going to make a final decision whether I will keep them or pass them along. For this series, I'm going to be doing updates every 2 months. And in my updates, I am just going to be talking about the products that I used within those 2 months, not everything. So if you want to see all the products I'll be testing out this year, make sure you check out the intro. In my intro, I also talked about maybe doing another declutter about halfway throughout the year, and I might still do that, but I'm thinking that in these videos, I'll let you know about these specific products, and then I will also let you know in these updates other products that I decided to declutter. For this update, I actually have quite a few things I randomly decided to declutter. Sometimes it's just easy for me to declutter as I go instead of getting rid of a bunch of things at once. So enough of the spiel, we're going to get right into it, and I'm going to show you what products I've used in the past 2 months. So in my intro, I had mentioned a couple eyeshadow palettes, one of them being the Kat Von D Interstellar palette, which is a really pretty cool tone palette with taupes, grays, and purples. In my intro, I told you guys the only color I really love is this shade right here, and that was really the only reason I was keeping this palette is because of that amazing shade, and that color is called Lunacy. But luckily my amazing friend Jean was watching that video, and she texted me saying that she had looked up dupes on Temptalia for that eyeshadow, and Temptalia had said that Urban Decay eyeshadow in YDK is a dupe. This is the shade that is in the Naked 2 palette. I also have it as a single. And I wanted to show you the two shades side by side. As you can see, they look super duper similar. So I wanted to show you guys some swatches. This is the Kat Von D, this is the Urban Decay. The Kat Von D seems a little more taupey, and the Urban Decay has a little bit more bronze to it. So these shades aren't exactly the same, but they are similar enough. And here are swatches on my hand. This is the Kat Von D, this is the Urban Decay. The Urban Decay is a lot more pigmented and looks more metallic. And when you really put this on the lid, it just isn't as impressive, the one from Kat Von D. And also, if I go over the swatches multiple times, the Kat Von D starts to fade away and the Urban Decay just gets more intense because I do still have some products left on my finger. So not only is Urban Decay YDK a great dupe for the Kat Von D eyeshadow, but the formula is actually a lot better. So I owe major thanks to Jean and Christine from Temptalia for letting me know about that dupe, because now that I am aware of it, I'm going to be getting rid of the Kat Von D Interstellar palette. I will be trying to sell that. I haven't actually made a blog post trying to sell any of the products from my declutter yet. I need to go ahead and get on that so that people can buy them if they want to, but I'm just so happy. And Urban Decay YDK is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. So the fact that I already owned the dupe and that the quality is so much better, it was really easy for me to let go of that Kat Von D palette. So thank you so much, Jean and Christine from Temptalia, for letting me know about that awesome dupe. And the other 5 products that I tested out over the past 2 months were 5 ColourPop lip products. I have 2 Lippie Stix, 2 Ultra Mattes, and 1 Ultra Satin. So 3 of these products were in my intro, and these other 2, one of them was in my declutter pile and one was in my collection, and I decided to test these out and my opinions changed on both of them. So I'm going to start with the Lippie Stix. The first one I tested out is the shade Bound. This is a really beautiful nude pink with a glossy finish. And right here is a swatch of Bound. I absolutely love the color of this Lippie Stick. I think it is so pretty, the most beautiful nude pink ever, but I do not like the glossy finishes. And this is actually the only glossy Lippie Stick that I have, and I do not like the way that it looks. So this Lippie Stick goes on fully opaque, and it has a really nice glossy finish to it. I like that feature of it, but the main problem with this is that in the inner part of my lip, it starts to patch and look uneven. No matter how many times I go over the top of it, it just won't coat that inner part of my lip. And also with this one, I'm not sure if it's because of the formula, the shade, or the combination of both, I get that white line on the inner part of my lips, and that looks disgusting, and it just grosses me out. So because of the fact that it just doesn't apply to the inner part of my lip, and then when it does, I get that white ring, that's like the biggest reason I don't like this. Also, I'm not a fan of the ColourPop vanilla scent in general, but the scent on the glossy creams and hyper glossies is a lot stronger than it is on the satin and the mattes. And it is just like really sickeningly sweet to me. It almost smells like sugarcane syrup or something. I don't know. It's just really intense and to me sickeningly sweet. So because of the scent and because of the way that it looks on the inner part of my lips, I will be getting rid of this, which makes me sad because this color is amazing and I wish they had this shade in a matte finish because then I would love it. So I am deciding to get rid of that, even though it makes me really sad. My next lippy stick is in the shade Aquarius, which is a cream finish, and I actually had already had this in my declutter pile, but I was sending basically all of my ColourPop declutter products to my friend Lauren from Lauren May Beauty because she was wanting to test out some ColourPop products, and I was really happy to get them off my hands. And she told me that she didn't need this lippy stick because she already had it. So because of that, I decided to try it out that day because it seemed to go with my really warm tone makeup look. And when I tried it on, I actually really liked it. And right here is a swatch of ColourPop Aquarius. And you can see it compared to all these other really pink lip products, it definitely pulls a bit more brown. And the reason I didn't like this one at first is because it was just a little too brown on me. I was hoping it would pull a bit more pink. So this isn't an everyday lip color for me, but if I am wearing a really warm makeup look, I think this is very flattering. And it isn't a very light nude, but it is still a neutral color, a little bit of a deeper nude on my fair skin. And yeah, the cream finishes are not my favorite, but they do not do what the glossy finishes do, that thing on the inner part of my lips, but I don't love the scent of the cream finishes. So this is one that I am deciding to keep for now. Who knows, maybe down the line I will get rid of it, but because I really like it with specific makeup looks, I am going to keep this one. Next I have the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Midi. This is a really great nude on my skin tone. It is very fair, but this is a pinky nude on me. It does not pull too brown, which is why I love it. And then right there is a swatch of Midi. And on other people's skin tone, Midi can look really pale, but because I'm so fair, it is just the perfect nude for me. This is just such a great nude. It isn't too peachy, too brown. It doesn't wash me out. This is a perfect nude lip color on me. I absolutely love this shade and I am going to keep this one. Next, I have the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Shimmy, which is a really light pink color. And right here is a swatch of Shimmy. As you can see, it does dry down to be a little bit darker than it looks in the packaging. So when I recently tried this out with a makeup look, it looked way too pale for me, which is sad because I remember really enjoying it. And maybe it was just because of that look, but I just felt like it was too pale. Also, this is one that I've had for a really long time, and it definitely seems like the texture is a little bit thicker on this. So I am going to be getting rid of this one, and because it is older, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in the trash, which is sad, but I just don't love that color on me anymore. And lastly, I have the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Spritz. This was actually one I just had in my collection, but then I pulled it out, tried it on, and decided I don't want this. So right on the bottom is a swatch of Spritz, and as you can see, it is a lot brighter and kind of darker than it looks in the packaging. So when I bought this Ultra Satin Lip, I wanted this shade. Not this shade. This is not a color of pink that I would actually like to wear. And in my review video I did of this a long time ago, I knew I didn't really love the color. And I don't remember if the formula was funky then or if it's just now. The formula of this is totally jacked up. So the problem with this Ultra Satin Lip is that it is so thin. I can almost feel like gritty particles in it. And again, I'm not sure if I had a jacked up formula from the beginning or if it's just kind of disintegrated over time, because this is a color that I didn't really like that much, so I think I only wore it once or twice. And this one is not even that old, but because the formula has completely gone to crap and I don't like that color, I will be getting rid of this one as well. So I feel pretty good about that. I'm keeping 2 and I'm getting rid of 3. And I will throw away the Ultra Satin Lips, but I might see if somebody else wants this Lippie stick. So those are all the specific products from this challenge that I tested over the past 2 months, but I wanted to let you know what other products I decided to declutter. And I also had one return this month that I thought I would share with you as well. I returned the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Allison, which is a really beautiful, deeper pinky brown color. And for some reason, the formula of that shade was completely jacked up. It was super patchy. It did not dry down to a completely matte finish. And I love that color, but the formula was completely messed up. So I did end up returning it. I have not repurchased it yet. It's still available on the Sephora website, even though it was a holiday exclusive. And even though I don't have a color exactly like it, I do have other Anastasia liquid lipsticks. So I'm trying not to repurchase it, even though I like it, because I already have so many lip products, as you know. So I did want to let you know I did return that. So I am 1 liquid lipstick down, which is pretty exciting. So then for my declutter products, of course, I don't have them to show you because they are gone, but I did get rid of quite a few things. So first I decluttered a couple samples. I had given my sister the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and the Benefit Professional Primer samples. She does use those basically on a daily basis, so I thought she would get more use out of them than I would. And then I also gave her a sample of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. It was in the shade medium. I'm never gonna be that dark, but she will probably be that dark in the summertime. And I also gave my mom a sample of an Olay moisturizer I had gotten. She's looking for a really great anti-aging moisturizer, so I figured she might like that one, and it also had a coupon on it. So I did get rid of those samples. I thought I would mention as well. But I also gave my sister the Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the shade Perversion. I have other black pencil liners that I prefer, and I do not wear pencil liner hardly ever, so I figured I definitely didn't need all of them, and she would get more use out of it than I would. So I did give that to her, and I also gave her the little mini Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I will use up setting sprays, but I don't think they do anything for me. She swears by setting sprays and uses them every day, and she really loves the Urban Decay one, so I figured that would be a great thing for her to travel with, and I just figured she would appreciate it more than I would, even though I would have used it up, but I know she would appreciate it more. And then I had also given her some products I showed you in my declutter, the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Bronzer and the Clinique Blush. I gave both of those to her and she is loving them, so I'm really glad I decided to do that. And then I had given my mom the little mini Marc Jacobs lipstick in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That was part of the Sephora birthday gift from last year. That color is like a rosy mauve, which looked okay on me, but those are her kind of shades. So again, I thought she would use that more than I would. And then I had actually decluttered a lot of other ColourPop products that I had in this series, which is really, really exciting. I'm happy I was able to get rid of even more than the ones that I already showed you. So I had contacted my friend Lauren May Beauty about the ColourPop products that I had featured in my declutter. She was just then trying out the brand, and she said that she would take anything, which made me really excited, and that also encouraged me to go through the products for this series and figure out which ones I wanted to keep, which ones that I was cool getting rid of. And I'm so thankful for Lauren because that made me declutter more products. So thank you so much, Lauren, for taking the products, because that helped me out too. So the things I decluttered the ColourPop matte eyeshadow in the shade Central Perk. She actually really likes the matte eyeshadow formula. So again, because that one is so similar to Hustle and I like Hustle more, I figured she could get some good use out of that. And then I decluttered 5 of the Lippie sticks, which I just feel so good about that. That's fantastic. I decluttered the Lippie stick in Brills, which was a satin finish lilac lavender shade, and then I decluttered Corset, which was a hyper glossy lavender shade, Frida, which was a satin finish, the color that was created by Coffee Break with Danny. I just don't like that on me. It's a really pretty, like, peachy color with a pink undertone. Then the shade Freshman, which is a cream finish, kind of a bright hot pink red. And also Juicy, which is a hyper glossy finish, and that was a really bright coral color. I don't love the hyper glossy finishes, so that's why I decided to get rid of those. But thank you so much, Lauren, for taking them, because like I said, I just feel so good that I got rid of so many products already. I feel very successful. So I got rid of 5 ColourPop Lippie sticks, 1 ColourPop eyeshadow, and what I showed you in this video, the Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, also the ColourPop Lippie stick in Bound, the Ultra Matte Lip in Shimmy, and the Ultra Satin Lip in Spritz. So I feel good. I got rid of a lot of things so far in this project, and I only held on to 2 things. So I just feel like those numbers of what I'm getting rid of versus what I'm keeping, those are great. And the last thing I have to talk to you about is really sad, but I wanted to mention it in this video. I am throwing away 6 lip products because they have gone bad. I did mention this in my most recent Project Use It Up update, but I wanted to mention in this video as well because this video is about decluttering and getting rid of stuff. So the first things I had to get rid of are the Revlon Just Bang Kissable Balm Stains. I have the shade Honey, Crush, Cherish, and Darling. These are some of my holy grail lip products. Some of the first lip products I ever tried and fell in love with. I have had these for so many years, and I was trying to use them up this year, but I was using this one every single day for probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and my lips had a terrible reaction because these expired, but the texture didn't change, the scent didn't change, nothing like that. So I had no idea until I got that reaction. And Honey was the one that I purchased almost last out of all of these. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all of them. So then I was gonna try to use up these 2 NYX Butter Glosses in Maple Blondie and Merengue because these are the next oldest lip products in my collection. I used this one 4 days in a row, reapplied multiple times throughout the day, and then my lips had a terrible reaction again. And then I smelled it. This one smells a little bit funky. This one doesn't smell yet, but I bought them both on the same day, so I'm gonna have to get rid of these as well. And the NYX Butter Glosses are like my #1 lip gloss formula. I think they're incredible. And I'm not going to repurchase the Revlon Just Bang Kissable Balm Stains, but I will repurchase these 2 shades of NYX Butter Glosses. Not now. I will wait until later. But if I had to get rid of all the glosses in my collection and I could only keep 3, I would choose Buxom Sandy and NYX Maple Blondie and Merengue. And I wanted to mention that because it is a little bit of a wake-up call for me. Even if I stop buying lip products today, I'm not going to get through everything I have. And that does make me sad, but I get it. And I'm really sad that these things have gone bad, but I got so much good use out of these that I do feel like I got my money's worth because I created so many amazing looks with them. I did use them a lot. So I'm sad that they're going, but I can feel good about how much I use them. And that's really encouraging me to declutter products that haven't gone bad yet so I can give them to somebody else, because if they just sit in my collection going unused, they're gonna go bad and they're gonna be in the trash. So this is actually encouraging me to declutter more products. And yes, I wish I could say that this is encouraging me to stop buying so many lip products, but that's so hard for me because so many brands are just pushing out new lip products more than they are any other type of makeup. And it's just hard for me. But from these kind of videos, I have learned what formulas I like, what formulas I don't like, what colors I do and don't like. And I do feel really good about all the things I decided to get rid of. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am getting rid of these things because they've expired, and just a little wake-up call for me to use what I have and enjoy what I have. And also, like I said, I want my makeup collection to just be things I love, not things that are just okay. So that's another reason why I'm doing this series, to encourage me to purge the things that are just okay for me. So I know this was kind of like a rambly video, I'm sorry about that, but that was my first update for my chopping block Will I Declutter series. I will have my second update coming up in 2 months, so hopefully you will get excited for that, and hopefully I will do just as well as I did in this update. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.